Alright, final match. We get to be on the play, which is great. One land. I'll keep it anyway. It's got potential. Got the turn 1 elf. If I draw the forest, it'll be great, since I can actually kick the vines at that point and play my other creatures. Looks like we're playing against Affinity. Tranquil Thicket. Alright, well, that's not quite a forest, but it's better than nothing. I get to hold open Apostle's Blessing. Atog, okay. Alright, Lotus Petal. I think I'm going to attack here. If I attack and I'm mutagenic after they block and then they sacrifice an artifact, they're going to have a 3/4 against my 3/3, at which point I'll have to Vines as well. And I'll have committed all that just to reduce them down to a single land. But then I'll still have my 2 lands. I could play Ichor Claws on the following turns, and I'll still have my Apostle's Blessing. Does that seem good? Actually, I guess I don't have to Vines as well. Yeah, I'm definitely attacking here. There's not a lot of creature combat that actually ends up happening with Infect because you have so many ways to make them not block. But if they did block here and sacrifice an artifact, and I'm mutagenic, they would have 3 -1/-1 counters placed on the Atog. So even if they sacrificed a land to make sure my creature died, theirs wouldn't survive the end of turn. Oh, it looks like they are going to block here. Okay. So I will Mutagenic Growth for life. And hopefully they don't know what they're doing and they sacrifice an artifact. Oh good, they don't. They don't have a clue. They were as clueless as I was a second ago. Except I actually thought it out afterward, and they apparently... either they didn't think it out or they thought it out and still didn't realize how Infect worked. Maybe it's been a while since they played against Infect. That's completely fair because Infect is not played that much in Pauper. Alright, so I got to pass with Apostle's Blessing up. And they're probably sitting there wondering why they don't have a Atog anymore. Seal of Strength. So that's not quite lethal this turn. 3 + 4 + 1 is only 8, and I need 9 Infect damage. I'll go ahead and... if I play this pre-combat, it could force them to use a removal spell before it hits the table, in which case I can Vines in response and hit them for 5 and make them waste a removal spell, which is great. However, if they don't have a Galvanic Blast or Bolt in hand, then when I play Seal, they're just going to say whatever. I hit them for 1, and then I play my Ichor Claw, and I no longer have Apostle's Blessing up. But actually, I think not having Apostle's Blessing up is actually just fine, because I have 2 identical creatures, and if they kill one of them, the other one survives. Okay. So now, if either creature goes unblocked next turn, plus gets the Seal plus the Vines, then I win. And if I draw a forest, I can ensure that with the Apostle's Blessing as well. Alright, that's not a forest. Alright, start by attacking. And I get to win here no matter what. Actually, no matter what. No matter what. I just realized that Seal of Strength doesn't protect from Galvanic Blast since they have Metalcraft turned on. So should I just skip going for lethal here? Alright, so this is actually awkward against Galvanic Blast. If I play Vines first, then they Galvanic Blast in response and Seal doesn't save it, and I get a 1-for-1 trade. If I Seal first, then they say okay, then I only hit for 5 Infect. But if I also Vines afterward, then they have to Galvanic Blast. And they can 2-for-1 me if I put them both on the same creature. Or 3-for-1 me if I put them both on the same creature. 2-for-1 me if I put it on a different creature. So should I go for lethal this turn, or should I not? I think it makes sense not to go for lethal yet. I'm just going to hit for 2 for now. And play my Llanowar Augur. Hold open Apostle's Blessing. I think this is fine. The key here is if they don't have a Galvanic Blast on that turn, and I should have gone for it, then they're probably not going to have Galvanic Blast on the next turn either, and I can probably just win next turn. So this plays around Galvanic Blast, well, not being too bad for me in the situations where they actually don't have it. Unless they, like, Ichor Wellspring plus Thoughtcast into, like, 3 blockers or something like that. But I can deal with 1 blocker, or maybe even 2. Fortunately, Apostle's Blessing is awkward here in that I can't protect it. Oh, I can actually protect it from artifacts. I forgot about this little clause. I was going to say, since this doesn't have a color, I can't get past a blocker, get a blocker past it, but I can actually. Alright, go ahead and start by playing this. And I forgot to do my Llanowar Augur because I forgot to put a stop on my upkeep. I should probably just leave that there permanently while I'm playing this deck, since I'm never remembering. Now that I forgot the Llanowar Augur, do I attack? They block 1, then I go for Vines plus Seal, and I win? Yeah, I should still attack. Ichor Claw Mirror triggers, okay. And which one should I start with? I don't think it really much matters. I'll start with Vines of Vastwood. Boop. And then the Galvanic Blast in response. And then I give protection from red, and I hope they don't have another Galvanic Blast. That fails. This says it can't be the target of spells or abilities my opponents control, so I can actually let this resolve and then do this afterward. And then that's lethal. And we get to sideboard. Okay, so against Affinity, we want all 4 of our Gleeful Sabotage. Rotwolf is pretty slow, especially against 4/4s. We'll cut those 2 things. And we need 2 more cuts. I don't want to cut any creatures. We're already cutting creature light, so I think I have to cut the 2 Seal of Strength. I think they're the worst. They don't protect a 1 power or 1 toughness thing against Galvanic Blast, and they don't give trample, so I think they're the weakest link, and they have to go. I'll submit. Alright, we're going to keep this hand. 2 creatures, 2 pump, and a Gleeful Sabotage. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just go completely nuts here. I'm going to try to go for the nut draw of turn 1, 2 creatures into turn 2. Although I guess I could still save the Augur, can't I? I think the correct choice is to not play the Augur yet, because even if I could get lethal next turn, I would have to sacrifice this on my upkeep before I drew for the turn and knew whether I was drawing that Groundswell or that Vines of Vastwood. And it would also require our opponent not playing any removal and no blockers for that to actually work. So in that situation, I'm doing fine anyway. And if I do not play the Llanowar Augur, I get the upside of being able to leave open Apostle's Blessing. So if they try to Galvanic Blast main phase, I'm fine. Alright, Prophetic Prism pass, which is a nice slow start for them. We draw a Blight Mamba. So I'm going to Gleeful Sabotage their 2 lands away, and I'm going to win. I could also play Augur plus Blight Mamba and wait, but I think it's correct to blow up their lands. Alright. Goodbye. And let's see what they can do about that. Alright, they conceded. Okay, so that was a pretty good 5-match league. We beat Teamertron, Moggles, and Affinity, and we lost to a second Teamertron and Dimir Control. And as you can see, there are some intricacies to how the deck plays out. You have to know when to go for the win and know when to wait another turn or two. You have to sometimes know what order to play your pump spells in. You have to know whether you should keep a risky hand or whether you should go down to 6 or even 5. As with most decks that try to win on turn 3 or turn 4, it's pretty much all in, and so it's somewhat straightforward. But I wouldn't call it completely easy to play. It is still a lot of fun. Don't forget to subscribe to the MTG Goldfish YouTube channel if you enjoy the videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.